All right, welcome. I thought I'd do a deeper dive on the Macross Shooting Insight, the Japanese import here. The reason I went with the Japanese import is I wanted the Do You Remember Love DLC, and I previously did a quick little unboxing to make sure you can get it. I confirmed that you can, as long as you have the physical cart or a disc if you're playing on the PlayStation. This is obviously the Switch version. I thought it'd be cool to kind of go just a little deeper down into what the game has to offer now that I played, I don't know, maybe 6 hours of it. Um, from my point of view, I'm a man in the States. I grew up with Robotech in the 80s. I know of Macross. I don't have a huge background in it, so this is all kind of new to me. I have played some of the games for the PS5, PS3, sorry. The PS3 games, those like hybrid games. I've also played the games for the PS2, that one by AM2, the Sega one. Oh, that one's amazing. That's probably by far my favorite one. But anyways, I thought I'd go through and kind of show you some of the finer details of this game. So first off, it's pretty difficult. So if you go into the options, they give you lots of options here. So this is great. The first set of options I have is when it starts out, here's your default set. You can see that the HP and your assist attack are at 100%. I just cranked those up to 200. Made it a lot more fun, more accessible. Vibration I kept on. The illustration I turned off every time there's like a cool song in this game. Like this illustration comes up and the screen's already super busy, so I went turning it off. The replay you can keep on or off. That's to like upload if you want. And then I have the DLC, which is half the reason I bought this set. So those are those options that I have. The second set is the control options. That's the default R. The assist attack is Y. And then I did the rolling step. I hit the ZL because just the way I hold the controller, I found this really easy to use. So that's my control setup. And then this is the sound. So I have the sound off right now just so there's no copyright things, but background music on. Sound effects I turned way down. The voice I turned way down. You can play around with it in here and it'll talk and she'll like sing a little bit, the announcer. So you can kind of get an idea of how loud those will be. But this is what I got going. And then the credits are there. I didn't play around with much of these rankings at all. I did unlock a ton of stuff in the gallery, which I'll show you in a little bit. But the gameplay, the first is the story. Second one is just like arcade mode. And then the third down here is like the boss rush. You have like rival bosses that you can play. So the main gameplay, so I'll just do a new game. It'll go through first all the different pilots that you can get. So I know they're going to make an English version of this, and I believe the only thing they won't have is the last pilot. So right now you have this guy, and you can tell at the bottom down here, it shows you like the shoot and lock on, and those are your two options. And you see that they change based on the mech that you're piloting. I have played through all their stories, and just to kind of see which one I like the best. I'm going to show you the Do You Remember Love DLC because I don't think this is available in the English version. So I'm going to just start out there. And the settings, you can see at top, the very top up here, there's 11 stages. I've gone through all of them. Like I said, I went through all of the stories, and I'll just start in the beginning so you can kind of see. When you start out, normal is extremely tough. So I would recommend just go into easy. And then if you turn on this auto recovery, you won't be able to go into the ranking aspect of it for the leaderboards, but it will refill your life as you play. If you don't do this, then you only refill a little bit of life at the end of each level. And this demo is it's the actual story. Since I don't understand Japanese, I've just been turning this off. And that's if you want to have the replays available. So start the game. This means yes. Kind of kick into it here. It does have a decent amount of load times. Not unbearable by any means. This is obviously live, so you're going to see how long it takes. Roughly about 20 seconds or so to load in each area. I love the cinematic intros in between each area. Now, the only thing I dislike about this game is that you can't transform at will. You're stuck at this whatever it is at the stage. So that's a little disappointing, but I understand how they did it because of the gameplay. So each one of these stages gets broken up, and you'll see as you go a little bit. So right now you have two things. You can either shoot with your main weapon, and this is kind of like hold down R and you can rotate with the R stick. And then if I use just the R stick without holding it down, you get the missile lock on. What you tend to do in this game as a tip here is you want to see how this is like 4.4 times. When you use your missile lock on, you see that every time you use it, it goes up. And you can see on the far right, there's a rate. So when that rate gets to be 10, that's as high as it can go. But that's like every time you destroy something, it'll go up as long as you stay within that window. Then as you collect these jewels here, that's what increases your shot power. And you can get up to shot level 5. Right now I'm at 2. And my missiles are pretty hefty right there. But the shot is level 2. We can go up to 5. And you just have to keep collecting in a timing manner. You can see that these two things tend to go down after time. So again, to kind of keep building that up, get some score multipliers, just use your missile locks to, that's just the trigger. So I'm just using the trigger, floating it around, locking on and letting go. And then if I want to fire my cannon, I just hold R. You can't do them both at the same time. So it's one or the other. Then you also have that ZL that I talked about before is like just you can see how it kind of like rotates you around. It's just a way to avoid different things. So you're avoiding, you can kind of go through it. It almost makes you invincible, it seems like, for a few seconds. So that's a pretty handy thing to be able to do as things get a little hectic. We also have the Y, which is this, where it just automatically gives you, it just destroys everything on the screen. It's just like a missile barrage from, we'll just say the SDF one. I don't know where it is, but that makes sense to me. So you got that going on. I do enjoy the music in this game. It is all in Japanese, and I believe they're all songs like from their respected anime. I think they did a really good job with the license on this. Like everything that you have known about Macross is in here. The little bit you know about Robotech is in here. If you have the DLC. So it's a fun shooter in its own right, and it does a really good job with the license. Again, the only thing I wish I could do is like transform at will. So I'm going to get through this first level, and then I'll stop because it's just the first level, so there won't be too many spoilers per se. It gives you a good taste. You saw that I was a robot. You saw that you do get to be the gear walk in some levels. Now this is me locking on and shooting, and then you want to collect this, and you'll see the shot level go up at level 4. So that just, again, more power. The nice thing about the homing is that you can shoot from any direction. I can't rotate my plane, so it's only up in this particular section of the game. Anyways, pretty slick. I really enjoy it. We'll get through this whole little bit here. Oh, look at that. There's that Furk. And there's like 3 stages most of the time to each boss. We'll just launch the missiles. Those are always fun. You kind of see it's hectic. This is on easy. So like when it's on normal, it's just I feel like there's more shots, but honestly, it's just more damage that happens to you and it doesn't rebuild. So here we go with that. Just beautiful. I mean, this is on the Switch. I think the graphics are beautiful. They work for me. So that's really cool. Then at the end of each stage, you get your results. Kind of tells you what's going on, and you'll see that after it calculates all this stuff, the HP will kind of increase a little bit. It's generally not even a lot. So you hit X or A for next. A is typically the button of choice to go to next. A lot of this stuff is in English, so it's not terrible to try to figure out. So again, it's fun. I think I've enjoyed it. Here's like the side scrolling part of it. So it does change. And again, it's based on a lot of times just what kind of version your mech is in. So with that, we'll just I'm going to quit out to the main menu and then kind of go through the next thing I think is cool. So this is the boss rush mode. Now I've unlocked them all, but to unlock them all, you have to play through all of these different stories. So I'll play as this guy just so you can see it. A different ship. That one's actually like what I consider the boss killer. He's really good. So these are all the different rival pirate pilots that you get to battle against. So you know what? We'll go up against Max just so you can kind of see what it's like. I think these are really fun. They're essentially boss battles that you didn't play in the main game. They're the rival battles. So you want to, I want to destroy this. This is like the new tech versus the old tech here. Let's see how I can do. Again, I'm sorry. What you're not hearing is like when different things happen in the main game, when you break out these sensors enough, then like the broadcast is allowed. And you can like this will happen and you'll get like all this like then some new song from, again, I'm assuming from the anime. I'm not super familiar with it, so I don't really know. I'm assuming they're the same. I just know that Do You Remember Love has Min-Mei. So that's pretty cool. So I'm guessing Min-Mei is singing right now. And it gives you a boost. Now what that boost is kind of tough to tell sometimes. I feel like it probably just takes away damage and makes your stuff more powerful. But it is some kind of boost. It's very, very Macross Robotech-y, where it's just the song, gives you the boost because it's confusing the enemy, I guess. But it's done really well, I think. And then again, if you had the illustrations on, you'd see like, I'll just turn it on and we'll do it at one point so you can kind of see, as I'm doing a deeper dive of this, but see if I can get him here. Oh, no, he got me. It's very close. His life is up here. My life is over there. Did not make it. But again, once you defeat the boss here, the rival battle, I guess, you can unlock. See, I went and completed all these things because I was very excited about the Do You Remember Love aspect. I did just recently watch the fan dub and I thought that was cool. Once you defeat all those, you can go into the gallery, which is where we'll head next, just to kind of show you what you get to unlock. And so these are like your main jets, and then this is his rival. And then you get to transform them, which is like, this is the only part where you can transform the mechs. And I was just like, man, I'm glad it's in here because like that's one of the cool things. I love collecting mechs. I love, just seeing like how they transform, and it would be neat to be able to do that in the game, but I do understand based on the design. So these are all, this one's just crazy. Again, I don't have a whole lot of knowledge of all of these, but they're cool. I have purchased a few of these as the toys. I have the original Jetfire that was the Veritech, and then I did buy this guy just because they thought he was freaking cool. So I have some familiarity with some of these guys, but these are all the different mechs in the game. So this is like, again, you have to, I think this one's cool. I don't know exactly. It's from Delta, I guess, based on what's written down below, but I didn't see that one, but I like how the wings are and that. Just a cool, neat design. And then this is the all-time classic. And the last guy is just, it's kind of cheating. It's just Max's, or again, whatever he is in the Macross story. So again, I think this is cool. It's fun to kind of get an idea and see the models, and then you can transform them. Like, to me, that's pretty slick. Just well done, in my opinion, as far as the gallery stuff. The other one kind of goes through, these are different characters you get to see in the story. and some of the stuff that you'll see through that. And at the end, let's see, again, I'm just going to stick down in this area here. All right, so this is like just screenshots from the Do You Remember movie, Do You Remember Love movie. And just cool. They're cool unlocks, I think. I was worth it to me to go through and get them all just because I could. And you just, all I had to do is fight. Again, I know him as Max. I'm sure he's somebody else in Macross, but to fight him. And then these are just like little trinkets you can collect as you play through the game. So let's see, what is this last one? Oh yeah, that's just I haven't done a whole lot with the ranking, so that's what that section is. So I hope that helps you at least a little bit to kind of understand more and more about this game and what it has to offer. I've really enjoyed it, and I think it's worth your time if you're into Macross or Robotech in any way. Just want to kind of show you what I've found out about it, and hopefully you can enjoy it. All right, thank you. Bye. I had to show that loading screen. I just think it's cool. All right, see ya.